Good morning, everyone, and happy International Women's Day. We are super excited to kick this day off with our amazing She Rises Studios leadership team. It's very rare that we're all in the house at the same time, same place, live. So, my name is Hanna. I'm one of the team members here at She Rises Studios. We're excited to talk to you about what International Women's Day means to us. And you're going to hear from each one of these amazing ladies from the leadership team and just really how extraordinary this last year has been from last International Women's Day. So I'm going to go around the room, let them all introduce themselves and tell you what they do within She Rises Studios. And then we're going to do a deep dive into what today means and why it's so special. So let's go to Heather.
How did I know you'd pick me first? I was hoping for Angela first. My name is Heather Stokes, and I have been with She Rises Studios, collaborating with them since 2021, and I love it here. And I definitely feel more empowered and more guided and more supported for being part of She Rises Studios. 2022, I came on and started helping them find amazing women all over the world. So I'm kind of in recruitment, but really I like to call it talent. So I'm always looking for talent out there that wants to share their gifts and their abilities with the world and help find how we can collaborate together and work together to really empower and impact not just them, but other people all across the world through sharing their stories on one of our many different platforms. So whether it be connecting them with a podcast or a magazine, or helping them bring their own books to life, or putting them in one of our projects that we have going on, however, so this is going to highlight them and help empower and push them forward. So that's me. That's what I do here. And I'm so excited that we're all in the same place together because it's been a while. This is so much fun. So who do I want to pick on next? How about I go over to Nicole Curtis, the crazy chicken lady?
Hello, ladies. Happy Friday. I hope you're having an amazing day. I'm Nicole Curtis. I'm the crazy chicken lady. Why? Because I am infatuated with chickens and I actually own my own chickens. So that's why I'm the crazy chicken lady. I'm so glad that you're here and you're joining us. We are just super excited to celebrate women all over the world because you ladies are powerful, incredible human beings. And I first want to applaud you for who you are, what you do, what you are doing, what you're stepping into, and overcoming probably a multitude of just some struggles, some bumps, some roads, some hills, some valleys that you might be in, but also stepping into your power, your creativity, and just really wanting to reach for the stars. So I applaud you. We all applaud you. But so yeah, I've been with She Rises Studios kind of from the beginning, so to speak. I think like after 9 or 10 months, you guys launched Adriana and Hannah. I had the honor to be able to sit on an interview call with Adriana, terrified as heck, because I saw the vision of what Hannah and Adriana were creating and what they wanted to step into and where they were going. And I was totally on board, 100% full force. And I love being part of She Rises Studios. I love the mission of what we have, the vision of it, but also being part of it where we can help spread the light, the empowering, the educating, inspiring women all over the world. So I kind of dibble dabble in a lot of different things on She Rises Studios. I'm kind of a chameleon. I blend wherever I need to, and I absolutely love it because it allows me to touch different parts of She Rises Studios and what we offer, like the Phoenix TV, the publishing, the magazine, but also being behind the scenes with Hannah and Adriana and helping them in their daily tasks. And so I'm so glad that you're joining. I'm so glad that you're here. And I'm going to pass it to Angela.
Hello. Good morning, everybody. It is so wonderful to be here. And I'm kind of still in shock that I am looking at these 5 other ladies all on the same screen at the same time. My name is Angela. I am a team member at She Rises Studios. I have probably seen a lot of you in Coffee Connect Create or in some other live video fashion or on a podcast. I help out with a lot of different things, but I work on the PR side, development side, a few different things. And I love that this is a group that celebrates and empowers women. And that is always, I mean, I have to say, one of the things that I love most about working with She Rises Studios is the constant work towards always, you know, how can we do more? How can we serve people more? How can we empower more people? How can we create, you know, a more collaborative community? How can we reach people that maybe aren't currently getting reached? Mm-hmm. And I love that it is always all about the love, because I love love. I also love all things pink and sparkly, but I've been working in some capacity or another, whether it was them helping me or me helping them, since my first anthology with them in 2021. And then I joined the team probably about a year ago. I think we might be at the 1 year anniversary now. And right. And it has been my honor and privilege to know everybody on the team and work closely with these amazing ladies here, because they truly are the epitome of everything that we're trying to do, right? All of these ladies here do show up for each other, do show up for other women, do, you know, seek to empower and educate and uplift women around the world. And it's humbling to get to be a part of that. So I'm gonna pick Ashley.
Hi everyone, happy Women's Day. So excited to be on here with each and every one of you. I'm Ashley. I basically do what Heather does, and I love how she puts it in with talent, because that's what it is. It's meeting with ladies and seeing your talents and how to help you to being seen, to being heard, and really about connecting and collaborating as well. That's why I love this community. My experience with She Rises Studios is I was a co-author in Becoming Unstoppable Woman magazine. Mompreneur, I should say. And I remember when She Rises first came out on Instagram, and I was like, wow, this is a company, a group of women that I want to be part of. And I've seen how they've grown massively, and like the inspiration. And it's true, we rise together and we support one another. So happy to be here. Oh, and I will go to Miss Hanna.
I'm going to toss that popcorn ball right to Adriana.
Okay, I caught it. There we go. All right, so this is obviously a fun group of ladies. I think we're holding our composure right now because we're very silly together. When we're all together, we get excited. So it is definitely a pleasure to be here with you ladies. I'm very, very happy and excited. But what I do within She Rises Studios is honestly help to develop the internal side and make sure it matches the external side. So I help manage the team, help with the creation of different programs, truly try to listen to the feedback from the community. So you ladies help make it better each time. Because we did grow so quickly, we're still on a manual basis on a good amount of things, and we're turning it over to try to get more on an automated system to help and scale up. So what I get to do is honestly the thing I could have ever asked for in life, which is get to help and be a part of inspiring women, but also teaching them, leading them, celebrating them. So I'm just grateful that I get to do this for my work. It doesn't feel like work, and it's fun. Anything in life can be tiring, but that's okay because it's fun and it's exciting, and we do it with love and with passion. So that's what I do here within She Rises Studios. I'm going to pass it back to Hannah.
So I have this saying, if we're not having fun, we're done. So I think that in terms of what I do at She Rises Studios, it's a little bit of this and a little bit of that. I'm kind of a floater within the company, but my main focus, I really love the public relations and marketing, and just being able to work with women in general. I see how much of a void there still is when we're talking about the empowerment of women and what the true definition means. And this year's International Women's Day is all about investing in women, accelerating progress, inspiring inclusion, and all those different things. And we've had this message going on long before today. And I feel like this message should be longer than just today. Every day we should be celebrating women like how we are today. And so I believe each one of us has that due diligence in the sense of, if you are a woman, celebrate another woman. And if you are a leader, celebrate another leader, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But we're all leaders. We're all amazing, incredible, powerful, talented, intelligent, inspiring women. But She Rises Studios is just another way for your voice to be seen, heard, and known. And we're a tribe of women who really do want to celebrate and elevate and educate women along the way. And it's progress every single day. And it is hard sometimes. So Adriana says that it isn't, but for me, sometimes it's hard. The reality is it's hard. It's hard to stay inspired. It's hard to inspire. But yet, if you have a tribe like this and women who truly are invested in one another, then we don't weigh the burden together. I mean, separate, we weigh it together. And so the hard work is the hard work, and the hard work is the hard work, however you look at it. But when you look at a group of women who come together and show true collaboration, true inspiration, true leadership, and it makes a beautiful recipe for an incredible global movement. And that's what we're on track for, is to really change the way that women are seen, heard, and known. So when I think of this year's theme of acceleration in women, gender equality, inspiring inclusion, I believe that that's something that we are all doing. We just have to do it 10.0 now, because times are changing, business is changing, even our voices are changing. So with that said, what I wanted to do today is I wanted you to hear the heart of each one of our leadership women here and what it means for them when we talk about inspiring inclusion, accelerating women. And I really wanted you to hear from each one of them what it means to them as an individual, not as an SRS team member, but what it means to them personally. And then you'll see why we wanted them for the team. So I'm gonna kick it back to Nicole.
Wow, that's deep. Oh, great. Let me get my cluck and feathers going here. Okay, so there's so there's so many things that I could say, but I think the most important is, for me, all of that for me is a way where I can help teach women to self-lead, meaning it doesn't matter what all the shiny objects are going on out here in business. It doesn't matter what everybody else is doing. It doesn't matter what everybody else's family looks like or what they have, what they don't have. It's really focusing on who you are in here and connecting that together. And for me, I wouldn't be here without one, building within the education and knowledge of myself and really wanting to dive into who is Nicole Curtis, what do I stand for, who do I want to become, where am I going, and who can I take along with me? Because that is the value piece. That is the most important piece. It isn't just about me. It's what can I do for others along my journey of developing within who as a woman do I want to become, and what does that look like? And so International Women's Day for me, it is all about empowering other women, inspiring them, educating them, uplifting them, but really letting them know that we see you, we hear you, we understand you, and we're right next to you. We're locking arms, girlfriend, because together we are stronger versus individually. And to get to that point for me, just with my backstory, I really had to learn who I was, where my values were, my beliefs, my morals, like all of that, but then also really wanting to strive forward and push myself, because on those days when you're doing that, it is better to have it where you're with a community base to fall back on those days versus doing it alone. And so I don't know if I answered your question the way that it needed to be answered, but that's who I am. That's what I'm passionate about. I'm passionate about helping women define who they are and step into that and allow it to be, and not feel scared or misunderstood or feel like they have to be like somebody else in order to be a great woman or to be a great wife or significant other, like spouse, or to be a great mom, to be a great business owner, to be a great community member. So yeah, that's all me in a nutshell there. Heather, I'm gonna pass it to you, darling.
All right. Yeah. And just to expand on what Nicole said, it's really all about how can we serve to help other people serve. And that's really what I love about being here and really being part of a community, because like Hannah said too, it is hard some days. It's hard a lot of days. As women, we wear so many hats, right? And I am completely guilty of it, because your wife and your mom and your business owner, and then you have passion projects that you love and there's things you want to do, and sometimes you just feel like you're failing forward, and you forget to recognize the fact that you've actually done so much in that day, so much in that week, so much in that month, and so much in that year, because you're just in that constant forward motion and you don't actually see what's happening along the way. So what I really love about being here, being able to empower other women, is that when Hannah and Adriana came to me in 2021, they're like, hey, we'd like you to be part of this book project. They had heard me on a podcast and they like, we really like you to be part of this. And at the time we were in the middle of COVID, and I'm just like, you know what? I'll try anything at this point. I hadn't even thought about being an author. Author wasn't on my bucket list. It wasn't in my train of thought. But what happened when I stepped into the role and I wrote that chapter in Becoming an Unstoppable Woman Entrepreneur is I got to feel that give back, right? When women started to contact me and say, thank you for being honest and open, and thank you for sharing your story. And now I feel like, this is possible. And that inner feeling of, okay, I'm impacting other people outside of my normal realm, right? Just felt so good and empowering even to myself. And so that's why I continue to want to help other women have that experience, right? To show themselves to the world, to share their story. And through that, you empower yourself, but you're impacting and empowering others at the same time. So it's this constant collaboration, and you never know when that's going to happen. The person might pick up your book 3 years from now, from when you wrote that chapter, and contact you. You have this continuous, ever going experience with the whole world on some level. And here in the US, a lot of times, we take for granted all of the freedoms and abilities we have. But your story can go further than that and impact women in other places where they don't have, all the freedoms and all of the opportunities that we have here. But if they see our journey and see that we do struggle here still, and we do have to force to have our voice, it gives them hope, right? So yesterday we were talking about this and talking about getting together, and I know I have green on and Hannah has green on and Nicole has green on, and we have purples and we have whites, and they all represent something different about International Women's. And so the green is supposed to represent hope, and so that is really what I hope that we inspire on the world, is hope. That things are possible, that you can do things. I talk to women every day that have walked really difficult paths and came out the other end and went from surviving to thriving. And they're so passionate about sharing that story. And then I know that whether it's me writing in the book or it's helping them bring their story to light through our magazine or our podcast or our books, that they're going to impact others and spread their hope across the world. And that's really what we're trying to do here. So me, as a mother of all girls, there's only girls in our house. So I want them to grow up in a different world than each one of us had to. And I know as mothers, that's what we hope for all of our children. But to be able to know that they can see us as an example, that they don't have to accept, that they can reach for bigger things, that they can do what they want to do, they can have what they want to have. And that they don't have to do it selfishly. They can do it with, hope and love in their heart, and by sharing their true selves and being themselves, that they will impact more and that they will accomplish more. And so that's really, I feel like, the heart of She Rise Studios, and the reason that it's not that we're men haters. I tell people all that day, it's that we're women supporters, because really, inevitably, women do run the world. I mean, if there wasn't mothers, there wouldn't be anybody else, right? So we have to be here to be the example, to show that we are important. We need to be heard. We need to be seen. And our stories of triumph need to be shared with the world so that others feel like they can move forward. So I'm going to pass this ball over to Angela and let her sprinkle her magic dust on all of y'all, because she is our little inspiration butterfly.
Thank you. That's like the nicest thing anyone's ever said to me. Inspiration butterfly. So I don't remember the question because I was really too enthralled in what was being said, but the world. So when I look out at the world, I can see that it needs more love, right? We need more love. We need more compassion. We need more understanding. We need more recognition that we're all in this together. We're all connected, and none of us are getting through any of this alone. And I truly believe that that will happen as we empower more women. Because when I look out at the world, whether it's conditioning or societal stereotypes or whatever it is, women tend to be more loving. We tend to be more collaborative. We tend to uplift the people around us. I mean, even looking at the statistics, women give more of their paycheck to help other people, right? Women take in their family members. Women, support their community. And that's not, like Heather said, it's not to say that men are bad, but that is just what happens. The problem is we need women to understand that they have the power to make these changes. We need them to remember how worthy they are and their strength and the impact that they have without even knowing they have it. I mean, we raise the next generation of humans. We have the ability to transform the world just through our thoughts, our words, and our actions. And we just need to remember that. And so International Women's Day for me is all about reminding women how powerful they are and how much they can do to change the world for the better, right? We don't even have to do big things. It's small actions. It's, saying something nice to someone randomly out of the blue, or holding the door, or, teaching your kids that, when people are being mean, that it's that they don't like themselves very much. So we don't need to respond with more meanness. We need to respond with more kindness. But there's so much that we can do to make the world a better place. And I love that we are playing a role in that, because it is something that is so near and dear to my heart. I truly believe that the bad in the world isn't bad people. It's broken hearts, right? It's fear. It's people who didn't get enough hugs as children. And we can change that. We really can. And I believe that this group of women and the whole She Rises Studios team, community, the people that tune in, listen to the podcast, watch the TV shows, read the magazine, all of us have the power to be the change we want to see in the world. And I love that there is a day that we can talk about it. I think we should talk about it all the time. And at She Rises Studios, we do talk about it all the time, right? We keep that idea alive each and every day. And I think that's changing the world. I truly, truly believe it is. And I hope I answered the question, because now I'm going to give it to Adriana and climb off my soapbox.
I think we're all answering the question in some way. I think it just pointed back to, like, what does International Women's Day mean to us? And honestly, it's like, it's the day that women from around the world, because it's international, get the day that we're like, hey, this is for us. And there's no shame in that. We get to celebrate us women. And I think it was created because it's essential. Like, just like how we have Mother's Day, we have Father's Day, we have National Siblings Day. When you show gratitude and you can, like, show that love in the sense of in a in a togetherness around the world. It shows unity. It shows that we have a commonality and that we all are understanding of what we need as humans, which is to be understood, loved, related to, have empathy for one another. It's a day to share and show the unity that we all have as human beings. And this day is to highlight women. That's what it's for. I mean, it's in the name. We're not overcomplicating it. It's just we're lucky here at Cheers Studios that we get to do this all the time. Like, we want to highlight different sectors of things in which we can celebrate women and highlight women, show their strengths, show their smarts, show their dedication, show their passion. And that's what makes this day extra, I would say, for us at Cheers Studios, because like Angela said, we get to do this all the time, but now we get to do it and like, have like that stamp of approval of like, hey, what you're doing is what you're supposed to be doing all the time. And that's what I love. For me, this is the word of inclusion, because we're including women from around the world. That's what it means for me. And that's why we're grateful to be here. And that's why we have this awesome panel of women who understand that within the depths of their heart, whether we convey it one way or another, we have that same passion and goal and idea and concept that we're going to use as a stepping stone every single day. When we have those hard days, we look back onto the why. And that's what they say. If you don't know your why in business, you're struggling in business. You have to know your why. So if you don't have that stepping stone, let's start there. What is your why every single day? So I'm going to pass it back. Did Ashley go yet? I feel like, okay, perfect. Your turn, Ashley. You got this, girl.
Everyone's sharing such wonderful things. And to me, it means community. We all have our stories, our things that we go through. And, sometimes it could be a lonely world. It could be a dark place. And then some days it's like you're on cloud 9. It's a roller coaster, tornado, whatever you want to call it. And you have to have that community, that tribe of women, because when you're going down, feeling down, you have people lifting you up and bringing you along the way. And like I told my daughter too today, actually yesterday it was, and it was more like, what can you do every day that's something nice for someone? Every day, it's not like how we have Women Empowerment Day on the 8th, which is great. It's a reminder, but we should be doing something like this every single day. And we're not perfect. We all make mistakes. That's human nature. But it's about, again, like empowering each other, inspiring each other, and really helping each other when they are in their dark moments, or just giving that motivation, sharing your story, because even your story can be changing someone else's life. So to me, I think that's very important, and it's finding your community and tribe, and you're in the right spot.
I think for me, today represents a few things. Number one, part of this celebration is I have 3 daughters who watch me and what I do. One of them I get to work with in She Rises Studios. And the other 2 inspire me to want to work harder. I inspire them to want to do more. And the 3 of them are such extraordinary women that I know that the foundation and legacy that I'm building, each one of them will carry on. But as you pointed out, we're not man bashers or man haters, because even today, though it's International Women's Day, we have a lot of gentlemen on our team who have made today and this actual presentation to you look amazing and happen. And so as we celebrate all the women in the world, I do want to take a special moment and celebrate the men in the world who have supported us, who have encouraged us, who have been in linking up side by side instead of in front of us or behind us, but they're side by side. That's my 2 sons. That's my husband. That's Stephen. That's Brian. That's Sandeep. That's so many men that I can think of who truly want to see women rise and stand in the forefront along with them. And so the other part of International Women's Day is, you said, not enough hugs. And one thing that I've learned from working with women for the last 4 years, and a lot of them, is that all they want is to be seen, to be heard, and to be known. Every human being in this world requires some type of attention, validation at times, love, encouragement, and just knowing that we see you, we hear you, we love you, and no matter what, good or bad, we see you, we hear you, we know you, we care. Even when you think we don't, even when you think no one else does, we still do. You can be mad at the world. You could be mad at any one of us. You could be mad at yourself. But the fact is, you're seen, you're known, and you're heard. And that's why we created She Rises Studios. Because we wanted women to know that your voice is important. Your story is important. Your journey is just as important as the next woman. Your values are just as important. All of those different things matter. And so today, my challenge for all women is to embrace hope, to embrace dignity, to embrace justice, to embrace inclusion, to embrace accelerating the progress of women, but also to embrace the men who have helped us see ourselves and to embrace them, for them to see themselves too. And to know that it isn't about being a feminist, it's about having a voice, and that our voice is just as important. So inclusion to me means all race, all color, all culture, all creed, all humans, not just women. So today I celebrate all human, all man, all womankind, because that's what International Women's Day means to me. And I wear green today because my heart is full of hope. Hope that somewhere, whoever's listening to this today is going to hear my voice and know how much they're loved, how much they're seen, how much they're valued, how much they're known, even if I don't know you. Just know that someone today is thinking of you and rooting for you and cheering you on. And that's my hope, is that this trend will no longer be a trend, but it'll be an actual movement, action, implementation. And sometimes we get caught up in the trends and the hashtags, but it's more than that. It's the actual steps that we take to empower and inspire all women. And I want to congratulate Ashley and Heather, because they were on the forefront of recruiting 100 women from all over the world to share their voices. And I can tell you, they nailed it. We have women from all over the world, 100 in total. I actually think we're a little over. And these women are from all over the globe. So the language barrier didn't affect the message. The time zone didn't affect the message. And yet they came together. And it was because of the true leadership from these two women who said, I'm going to do this. And they did it. So we have another extraordinary project to share, showing the solidarity of women. No matter where you are in the world, it is possible for you to be seen, heard, and known. And it's possible for you to receive empowerment and inspiration and education and celebration and all those things from women who don't know you. It's pretty cool. And so today, it just is a reminder of there's more work to be done. It's not easy, but it can be done step by step. And it's something that I've been teaching my clients: 1% better today than you did yesterday. And tomorrow you do 1% better than you did today, et cetera, et cetera. So think about that in your life, in your business, your relationships, everywhere you go. You leave them feeling better than they felt before. And if you haven't, go back. and do it again. That's the hard work and the heart work. So for those who are watching right now who feel disregarded, unheard, unseen, unvalidated, your time is today. Your time is today to shed all of that and let it go. So I'm going to pass it back to Adriana to see if she wants to add or say anything else. And then I want to acknowledge our incredible women who have supported our Empower Her Content Day and all of the different things that we have planned for you for 2024. Because this is not just Adriana and Hannah. This is Ashley. This is Nicole. This is Angela. This is Heather. This is Sylvia Becker-Hill. This is Marissa Warren. This is Lovely Laguerre. This is Cindy Whitman. This is Prudence Hatchett. This is Kit Kat. This is
Fatima.
Fatima, yes. So when you took I don't want to say a chance, when you invested in us, you invested in more than just us. You invested in so many thousands of women globally. And so I want to continue seeing things like this happen where women start taking a chance on themselves and others along the way, and that they pick up the baton, as Shalini says, pass the baton to the next woman, pass the baton, pass the torch. It's a beautiful, beautiful way to live life. So Adriana.
All right. Well, I think it's just more of a wrap up. I mean, I think you've heard it all. If not, I really want to know what you ladies want to hear from us. So if you can comment down below questions that you have for She Raises Studios, for the ladies that you're watching here, for the individuals on the team, like, what do you want to know? What is it that you feel like you're still not quite understanding about She Raises Studios, what we represent, what should be in your stories, what is missing? How can we do better? We want to hear from you because you make this better. You make She Raises Studios better. You make how women's voices get amplified better. We truly do look at all of the comments, all of the recommendations, all of the input, and do our best to make each day an improvement. Like she said, 1% better. I love that because it has a stepping stone. It's not perfection, it's progress. And as we always say, we're better and stronger together. So that's never going to break this bond that we have with She Raises Studios, the team members, those who have been within the community. It's going to keep growing. So we, of course, invite you all to invite others who you feel that truly have this passion, that with the unity of love in their mission within their company, to join this community, because that's what this is for. This is for women who are ready to start or who are looking to get ready to start, to be in the right place. It matters that you find the right women to do these things with. It truly makes a difference in how you show up in this world, how you show up in your business, how you show up everywhere for your family. I get to learn how to show more love to my husband, how to treat my doggies, even though they're not my kids, they're my fur baby kids. I get to show them and treat them with what I learned here at She Raises Studios. So if you're not implementing something you're learning at work, then maybe there's still things that need to be taught. So I love that we always take a step back within our leadership teams on Thursdays to be like, hey, if we're not teaching you something here, then we're doing something wrong. So let's start over again. And we always look at that restart button because it's never too late to restart. That message needs to be known to you. And you need to understand that when you're watching these things, is that we're not telling you that you can't mess up. We're telling you don't give up. Please don't ever give up. That's all I have to say. But congratulations, ladies. Thank you all for being here. Happy International Women's Day. Please go celebrate yourself. Please go celebrate another woman and pass that challenge along. Thank you, everybody. We love you so much.
And lastly, who's coming to Empower Her Content Day? That's what I want to know.
Woo!
You get this and so much more in person. And the one we just did in Vegas was absolutely phenomenal. It really was. So you go to conferences all year long. This is not a conference. This is so much more than that. So come and join us in September. And we have so many different things that we're going to be doing this year. Free workshops all day long, education and money, entrepreneurship, your health, all of it, because it's all connected. And so thank you from the bottom of my heart for sharing this day with us and our team. And we will be back again today at 2. I have a very incredible special guest who I have the honor and privilege of interviewing and hearing her. And so stay tuned because we'll be back at 2. Thank you so much, everyone. Happy International Women's Day. Strike a pose, ladies. Strike a pose. This is the pose right here. Love, nothing but love. Because International Women's Day is clucking fabulous.